Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. I saw a friend do this, and apparently these things are all the rage now. It's tearing, I guess. And I figured, okay, I'll make one of these. I wanted to do the 2D animations, since there's a finite amount of them at this point. So I got my little excellent, good, average, bad, awful that I usually rank movies in, and figured, okay, what the heck. Now, I did include The Reluctant Dragon, but I didn't include stuff like Mary Poppins or Song of the South, that kind of thing, because with The Reluctant Dragon and Saludos Amigos, Three Caballeros, there's live action, but the live action is a means to get to the animation, while the animation in, say, Song of the South is a means to explain things that might happen around the live action. So it's not the main focus. All right, you see the rules here. Excellent, good, average, bad, awful. I wanted to go in order, and I put these in order when I put the pictures in, but unfortunately, this tier system thing mixed them up, because I literally had them in order of release. But I'm going to try to remember as I go, because I did have a little help. Okay, let's start with Snow White being the first movie. I really respect Snow White's historical significance. I do. I've seen it recently, and I enjoy it. I think it's got some serious moments that can frighten children. On the other hand, I also think it's kind of slow. It was great for the time, groundbreaking, obviously. Overall, I put it in the good category. Okay, I do believe next up was Pinocchio, which just the animation, the tone, the songs are fun, everything. I put that in excellent. I think that is like a crowning achievement. The one that I'm going to get in trouble for is next, though. You want to talk about crowning achievements and excellence and everything. I understand a lot of people do believe that's Fantasia. I, on the other hand, think that Fantasia is a product of its time. It is so enamored with what they could do with animation in 1941. It doesn't have the narrative when it comes to a lot of the songs. While there are some great animated segments, overall, I do believe it falls into the good category with Snow White. Oh, now I've got to remember here. I do believe, wasn't it Reluctant Dragon is up next? The Reluctant Dragon. Let's see if that's... Oh, here it is. The Reluctant Dragon. I love the animated segments. Baby Weems, I believe it was. And the Reluctant Dragon itself is good. But unfortunately, those live action segments do drag it down. I'm going to put it in the average category. And I do believe next up, we have Dumbo, the flying elephant, and let me find that somewhere on this particular list, because I know here he is. And in all honesty, it is so short. It's such a... There's some great scenes. I love, of course, just like everybody, the pink elephants on parade. I'm not bothered by the crows at the end. I never really put two and two together and thought anything racial when I was a kid. It was enjoyable. It's entertaining. But overall, I think the movie's just kind of average, though, these days. So I've got to put that there. Alrighty, what was up next? I do believe it was Bambi. I may get this wrong, and you guys can laugh at me in the comment section when I go, oh, wait, I think it's this. And then I go, no, it was that. I missed it. Oh, but I do believe Bambi was next. And, yeah, guys, this might hurt, but in all honesty, I think Bambi is a very slow film. It is okay at best. It's got a great brush fire, and yes, I do believe that Bambi's his mother's death is something, but overall, meh. It's average. It's one of the average movies. Actually, it may actually end up being in the bad category. I'm gonna put it here for now. No. Okay. I know I just pissed somebody off. Bambi, but it's a classic. It's just old. Alrighty, let me see if I could remember What is next? What is next? I do believe is Saludos Amigos. And this is the start of the war years. This is the start of them having to do basically anthology films. And Saludos Amigos, I like some of the animated scenes. The live action are okay because it's basically animators going. But once again, just like Reluctant Dragon, those animator segments slow down the rest of the action. I'm going to put it right here. And I know a lot of people are, you put Saludos Amigos above Bambi. Yes, I did. I'm not a big fan of Bambi, never have been. The next film up, I do believe, is The Three Caballeros. I could be wrong. I should pull something. Oh, actually, I do have something, but I'll have to dig into my files. All right, next up is Three Caballeros, the Three Caballeros, the Three Caballeros, the Three Caballeros. They say we are birds of a feather. And I love that song. I love that cartoon. I love that segment in Three Caballeros. There are even some other good cartoon segments and such like that. I do believe this is the one with the penguin, right? Unfortunately, the ending of this film is one long Mexican party that lasts about 40 minutes. I don't know if it's that long, but my gosh, it's long, and it gets weary and boring and dull, and I click off. So to me, this is half of a film, and it's got to join Bambi right here in the bad category. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have up next? I do believe... Oh, wait, I can always click to... this right here and find out that it is Make Mine Music. And this is another one of these anthology films. We're still in the war years. Where's it? War years! Come out and play! So we're still doing that. Let me find Make Mine Music. Make Melody Time. I know I put it on here. Somewheres there's a Make Mine Music. And there it is. And we're going to have to move up a little bit, because Make My Music has so many good scenes in it. It has so many good musical interludes, and one of my favorites is Singing Whale. I like the, I think it's Cats Come Out Tonight. It's a little thing where you follow the pencil line as it's drawing. It's a little 1950s kind of, sock hop style music. So much fun. So much fun, and it goes right on up here in the good. I love this film, actually, Make My Music. And after that, I do believe we're dealing with Melody Time, which is just as much fun because it's got the Flight of the Bumblebee. It has this Winter Wonderland one in there. The big two, of course, are Pecos Bill. I'm trying to find it while I'm talking to you. The Pecos Bill story is in Melody Time. But there it is, right? It was the second one. Oh, wait, is it Melody Time or is it Fun and Fancy Free that's next? I was wrong. It's Fun, Fun, Fun and Fancy Free, which is two cartoons with Edgar Bergen, a young Candace Bergen, and they're talking to Jiminy Cricket, or Jiminy Cricket's the host of the cartoons, and one of them is Bongo. The bears like to say it with a slap, which is really dull, but the good cartoon is Mickey's Beanstalk. But once again, what we're dealing with is basically half a film, so it goes right here in the bad category with Three Caballeros. Melody, however, as I was saying, Melody Time has Pecos Bill, but more than that, it has Johnny Appleseed, and it is such a great story. All of the segments in here are entertaining, and it goes right up here in the good category. I do believe it's Ichabod and Mr. Toad that's next, and it is, and those two are awesome together. I've got to bring this right here to the good pile as you know what? I don't know. Ichabod and Mr. Toad. It's going to come right up here to the excellent. Let's put that up there as well, I think. Yeah, because both of those are strong stories, man. I thoroughly enjoy those. They are just a lot of fun. They can stand on their own, and together, for some reason, they work. You would think that, wow, they're not even compatible, yet there they are. They work. What you gonna do? What you gonna do now? It has been a long time, but Disney decided to get back into the narrative with Cinderella. And I actually went to see this with a friend of mine and when we were young. And by that, I mean we're like 18, 19. And 18, 19-year-old guys aren't exactly 100% into Disney. And we were still like, yeah, that's some really good animation. And that's a really good story. And we talked about it. It was very interesting. It's fun with the mice and everything. But the hero or the heroine, a lot of people say she just kind of hangs around. She does nothing. I disagree. She deals with that with almost a smile on her face. The fact that she hasn't murdered those 3 in her sleep says that she's got some strength. I like this film. I'm going to put it in the good category. I've got news for you. There's not going to be a lot that's going to hit this awful. I'm just going to be honest right here. Next up, we have Alice in Wonderland, which I see as a very eclectic film. I think it's just like an anthology movie because what you had here were different creators that were trying to create different segments, because you did have different creators on each segment, and each one of them wanted to be the crazy one. Unfortunately, if you're going all insane, after a while it becomes the same and it becomes a little bit dull, a little bit boring, and that's where I think that Alice in Wonderland falls. And it goes to average. I think it could have been better. Unfortunately, that's where it falls. Now, I know a lot of people have problems with Peter Pan because of the what makes the red man red. But surrounding that little song right there, which I thought was fun as a kid because I never really actually thought, oh, that's racist. It's just, okay. I didn't grow up racist or anything for liking it. But I can say that I loved this movie. Good, average. Where do I put this? I'm going to put this good. Alrighty. Next up, is it Lady and the Tramp? Is it Lady and the Tramp? It is Lady and the Tramp. Right here. My wife loves this, and I love my wife. I think she's got a really good sense sometimes of what's good movies, except for when it comes to Adam Sandler, because she just loves them all. But here she says that this is one of her favorite films, and I agree. I think it is excellent. I love this film. I love We Are Siamese, if you please. And, of course, you had He's a Tramp. Boom, 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 boom. And then you get to Sleeping Beauty. That's next. Sleeping Beauty is such a confusing film to me because it is simple. The characters are cardboard cutouts. They have no depth to them. The main characters, the prince and Aurora. The side characters are interesting, so they focus on them. There is so much excellent about this film and so much average about this movie. Maleficent, of course, is one of the best villains of all time. So ultimately, it lands in the good pile. It should be excellent. But unfortunately, it lands in the good pile. It should be excellent. The mundane lead characters just keep it out of the excellent pile. I have 101 Dalmatians, and what to say? I gotta tell you, I feel for the animator. Cruella de Vil is a really cool villain. The story, however, I want to kidnap the puppy so I can make puppy coats. Yay! Guys, I'm sorry. This one gets to the average. It's not a very exciting story. It's a very short film. It does have Cruella de Vil, which is a cool song, but ultimately, not my cup of tea. Well, it's not bad. It's not horrible. It's just there. It's average at best. Next up, we have The Sword and the Stone. Okay, let's talk about the good. There is that wizard battle at the end that I find thoroughly enjoyable. Merlin is entertaining. And the scene where they're squirrels is a lot of fun. The rest of it, on the other hand, falls flat. So it gets to be average. Next up, we have the last film that Walt Disney personally had a hand in, and that's Jungle Book. Now, this was my favorite Disney movie for the longest time. It really was. I watch it again, and I could see the flaws. I could see the lack of background. Yeah, it runs a little bit slow, but there's such interesting characters. There's such great songs in it, and I put this in the good pile. Next up, we have the Aristocats, which is basically 101 Dalmatians, but with a lesser villain. Tell you the truth, it goes in the average pile as well. Next up, if you're like me, this was your introduction to the character of Robin Hood. It was for me. I thoroughly enjoy this film. It's a lot of fun. It's entertaining. Yeah, there's some rip-off scenes from other movies. But gosh darn it, come on, man. It's just a thorough good time. Thoroughly a good time? Whatever you want to say. It's a lot of fun. And here we have the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh with its fourth wall breakdowns, the use of the narration, the book, the fact that every character is just thoroughly enjoyable and you want to spend extra time with each of them. You've got the introduction of Tigger here. So much fun. Once again, so charming. This film is timeless. The Rescuers, the very first Disney movie I remember seeing on the big screen. Now, I may have seen one of the earlier ones, but I don't remember. I do remember seeing The Rescuers as many times as possible. I loved it. I went back and watched it. I was like, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great. It's there. It goes to the average pile. Fox and the Hound. We saw this on my 10th birthday. And I remember we went to see we went to see Fox and the Hound, then we went to an ice cream shop called Farrell's, and they had this big thing called the Zoo, which we were supposed to get, and we got it, and they made this big announcement. I had this long, flowing blonde hair. It's the 70s, that's what we had. And the waitress goes, and Erin, she is 10 years old today, and my cousin never let me live that down. But the movie was good. I have to say it still holds up. The movie about friendship when two people, or two creatures in this case, shouldn't be friends. That was still pretty good. The Black Cauldron. This is one of those films where I watch over and over and over again, and I say, wow, I'm going to like it this time. No, I'm not. No, you know what? There you go. Let's put that right down here in the awful column. I want to like it more. I really do. Everything there, it's a fantasy film. I like fantasy movies. And I was supposed to like it. You were supposed to be the chosen one. But unfortunately, it was just not that good. All right, next up we have Great Mouse Detective, which I saw in theaters. My friends didn't want to go see it because we were like 14, 15. I went and saw it, and I loved every second of it. And I bought it for my kids when they were young. And well, you know what? I bought it, and my kids enjoyed it. I bought it for myself, if I'm going to be honest. So, yeah. Guys, this is going to go all the way up here to the excellent column right there, yeah. All right, Oliver and Company was the movie that was showing when I was working at Disney. And I even got a date with some girl goes, oh, I want to see that. I said, okay, I'll take you out. You know, when I was working and she was watching the parade, we were watching the parade, and they had a float for it. And I thoroughly enjoyed the film. And I watched it again. It's not bad. It doesn't hold up. But the songs are incredible. They really are. But overall, I got to go with story, and it gets to the average column. Little Mermaid. Went and saw with a girlfriend that I loved it. She was bored with it. Overall, though, it was good. Gotta say, great songs, good story, strong story. Goes right here. Yeah. DuckTales. This was my introduction to the DuckTales. I never really watched the TV show, but I did see the movie, and I thought it was thoroughly entertaining. I saw it again, and unfortunately, it does not age as well, and it goes right here in the average column. Rescuers Down Under. So I've revisited both Rescuers movies, and found this to be a heck of a lot better than the original, to tell you the truth. It's just better animation, of course, because, I mean, the eagle alone is beautiful. The adventure's better. The dialogue, the jokes, the animation, everything is just a step above. Oh, and you get John Candy, too. Beauty and the Beast. Do we really have to talk about this one? Beauty and the Beast? First of all, this is my wife's favorite Disney film. And for the longest time, it was mine as well. Aladdin! Wah, wah, wah. As we speak, they just released the remake of it, the live-action remake, because we were saying, you know what really sucks? Aladdin. Oh, wait, nobody ever in their right mind ever said this, because Aladdin is excellent. All right, Lion King. I watched this. I was 24 years old. I was a projectionist, and everybody was telling me how good it was. I built the film up. I watched the film, and I was like, hey, oh my gosh, great songs, but ultimately, that movie falls in the average category. It was not as great as everybody was telling me. Was not impressed. Was not impressed with it. That being said, I was telling everybody else what you really should go see is a movie called The Goofy Movie, and nobody would believe me because it was a Disney movie with Goofy in it. And I'm like, oh no, it's a really good good movie about a relationship between father and son. It's got some fun songs. Check it out. As far as I know, still my friends have never seen it, but I thoroughly enjoy it. Pocahontas, man. If there is an exercise in average, if you want to learn how to wreck a train, let's make Pocahontas, because they were on a high, man. They did Little Mermaid, which led to Beauty and the Beast, which led to Aladdin, and then to Lion King being the #1 grossing animated movie of all time. And then they made this, and it's a movie. That's about the best you can say about it. It's not horrible. There you go. Hunchback. This could be my favorite Disney film if only they got rid of the gargoyles. Or at least if they made it so more so that the gargoyles were talking to him through his imagination. Like when there's a scene where they throw something at him and throw something at a guy down below them, and he gets hit. The guy looks up. Now, if he saw stone creatures with Quasimodo standing right behind him with a handful of rocks, okay, that would have nailed it, and I would have been like, oh yes, best movie ever, and it's excellent, and it's the best film of all time. That being said, the gargoyles take what should be an excellent film and make it good. Yep. It should be an excellent film. It really should. Nope, sorry, the gargoyles keep it down there. Okay. Next up is Hercules. Good song, lots of fun. Follows the same old pattern, though, where you have the sidekick, comedy relief. There's just, you have the hopeful song. Wow. It's very average. I'm sorry. I want to like that better, but it falls in the average category. There was a time when my daughter had a wardrobe full of Disney dresses, and she would never stop wearing the Mulan dress. And she thoroughly loved that Mulan dress. She loved the movie. We would watch it over and over and over again. And it gets the excellent. Maybe it's just from familiarity, but I put it right there. I thoroughly enjoy Mulan. I did see Doug's first movie. I was a projectionist at the time, and every time I would build a movie, I would have to watch it to make sure that it is good. Unfortunately, the film was put together well, but the movie was not all that great. Well, you know what? It wasn't all that bad either. We're going to put it on the average. Tarzan, on the other hand, is another case of Hunchback. Without Rosie O'Donnell, that would have been excellent, but unfortunately, I'm going to put that on the good. And then we have Fantasia 2000, which I think is exactly what I wanted out of a Fantasia movie, except for this would be in the excellent column as well. if it wasn't for the live action sequences, because I think the animation segments here are better than the original. Which brings us to the Tigger movie. They were trying to recreate Aladdin. They had Tigger doing all these pop culture references, the whole 9 yards, and it just didn't work, and it falls into the bad category. Alrighty, let's scoot this up a touch and see if we can't reach this, because right here you have the funniest film that Disney has ever made, and that's The Emperor's New Groove. It's tons of fun. I can watch this movie anytime, and I don't feel bad about it. I'm going to put it right up in the excellent column. On the other hand, this is another one of those movies where, yeah, saw it, didn't care for it, but I got to say it falls in the average category. I was not the audience for it. I understand that. It's one of those situations where I put together, had to watch it because it's a fun film for kids, but it does not reach to be anything else other than for kids. And I think that's its biggest problem. But ultimately, it hits the average spot. Next up is a movie that me and my daughter watched over and over and over again because it's just a ton of fun, and that's Stargate, or not Stargate, it's Atlantis. And we just have a lot of fun with it. It's a great adventure. It's probably one of the most pure adventure stories that Disney has made. There's one more that's a little bit more pure that's coming up. But, yeah, it's just a pure adventure film. It's a lot of fun, and it goes to the good category for us. And let's see, which brings up Return to Neverland. Yes, this was theatrically released. Tell you the truth, I don't remember a damn thing about it. I did see it, but I don't remember anything about it. I'm going to put it in the average category because of that. A movie that I didn't like in theaters, but over time it has gained a place in my heart, and that's Lilo and Stitch. I did not like this film when I first saw it. I didn't like the character of Stitch. I didn't like much of anything. The more I watch it, though, the family stuff, the relationship between the sister and Lilo is amazing. It deals with some serious situations while still managing to be about an alien, and this goes right up to the excellent segment for me. Next up, we have Treasure Planet, which is another confusing one. This is like Sleeping Beauty. This should have worked, but I don't think it knew what it wanted to be. It is a pure adventure story, mind you, but I still enjoy it for some reason. I don't understand why I enjoy it, but I do, because like when I just sit there and I watch it viscerally, it's entertaining, but overall, if I think about it, I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't work, so I'm going to put it in the good category. God bless John Goodman. I love him as an actor. He tried to take over the role of Baloo, which is damn near impossible. Unfortunately, this was a sequel that should not have been made, and it falls to the bad category. Now, you would think I would put Piglet's Big Movie in there as well, because in all honesty, it's a film that they aimed directly at kids, and Winnie the Pooh at the time I think was crashing. But this was its one last hurrah, or I should say one last gasp for breath of the 2000s. Next up, we have Brother Bear, which if they left it as like two Inuit brothers, I think this would have been a lot better. Unfortunately, they had one of the brothers turn into a bear, and it just kind of faltered after that. Any scene that the McKenzie brothers aren't a part of is just not fun, and it goes into the bad category. Next up, we have Teacher's Pet. I remember, once again, just like Doug's first movie, just like Recess, this was made by the same company or associate of Disney, and I watched this, and unlike Recess and unlike Doug, I freaking hated this film. I hated it, and it goes right down here on the awful. All right, home on Okay, Heffalump and the Heffalump movie. Remember when I said Piglet was the last gasp in the 2000s for, yeah, this one was just DOA. It was strictly for young kids, and I mean young below 6. Adults that needed to see this film with their children that young, I feel bad for you, man. And then we get to The Princess of the Frog and the Frog, which I liked, but then as I watch it more and more, I like it more and more. And I gotta say, it goes right here in the excellent column. It does. I love that film now. And I do agree with a lot of my friends who say that Facilier is one of the best villains. I recently saw this film, which is Winnie the Pooh, the last of the 2D animated films, and I enjoyed it. I did not enjoy it as much as many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, but it is so charming and it is such fun. It deserves a spot right here in the good column. It is it's a lot of fun. So there you go. Those are my rankings of all of the 2D animated films. And just for fun, since I learned as we're doing this, that you can switch around and go, hey, let me put it here and there. Starting from here, and we're going to go out, it's going to go from worst to best. And let me go right here in the bad column. I'm not going to give my worst or the best until we get there. Let's see, in this column right here, from worst to best. Woo! What's the worst film? You know what? I'm going to go, because I will probably never watch the Heffalump movie again. It is just way too cringy. You know what? Tigger's going to know, you know. Probably Jungle Book 2 and then Tigger. After that, I truly don't want to see... Three Caballeros. No, I'll watch that one scene more than I will anything in Bambi. Fun and Fancy Free and Brother Bear. That's it. Average, there's a few more. So what is the absolute worst of these? Oh, you know what? I should work outwards. From here on in, it's going to be out. That way I can leave it what's the best on the end here. So what's the worst of these? I'll start off. I'm going to go with Recess. Then I'm going to follow that up with Doug. Alrighty. Just like that. And then what do we go to? What's the next? You know what? Like I said, I don't remember anything about Neverland. So I guess that should be... Well, I remember these two for being bad. I just don't remember that one. I know I saw it, but I just don't remember anything. And, yep, next up would be Saludos, Amigo. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. What? That can't be, is it? No, I would actually put Piglet's Big Movie before Saludos, Amigos. So that would go here. Okay, let's do it that way. I think Reluctant Dragon is in a good place right there, but then I've got to bring the DuckTales movie up here. Okay, and from that we move on to Sword in the Stone, because I do believe that's just a little bit boring. Alice in Wonderland, no, we need to bring... I like where Alice in Wonderland is, but I'm going to put Aristocats right here and 101 Dalmatians, because basically these are the same movie. After that, we got to bring Pocahontas right down here. Let's see, Hercules. Hard one. Let's go with Oliver and Company. And I like that right there. And Lion King's the best on the average. And then we come over here. What do we have? Now we're getting into the good movies. So of the good movies, which one are the worst? Basically, it's which one do you want to see the least to the most? Because they're not bad. I don't think I'll watch Winnie the Pooh. It was really good, but I don't think I'll watch that one again. Let's see, probably Fantasia after that. I know I upset a lot of people because Fantasia is supposed to be so awesome. What can I say except you're awesome? Let's see. What else? What would be next? Treasure Planet. Oh, no, I'm going to put Treasure Planet right there. Probably... Let's go with Fox and the Hound. Alrighty. Nope, we're going to bring it over in front of Snow White. I thought Snow White was in a good position there. It is kind of slow. And then we're going to bring Melody Time. And then probably Cinderella, Night and Day, it's Cinderella. Let's see, from here. Let's go with Sleeping Beauty, I think. Make My Music, Peter Pan, Jungle Book, Robin Hood, and then we've got to go with Rescuers Down Under. Make My Music, Peter Pan, Robin Hood. Wow, this is actually kind of tough when you really put them together like this. I will go Stargate, or not, I keep saying Stargate, Atlantis. Make My Music, I think I'm very happy with it there now. Let's move Robin Hood over here. Let's move, nope, we're going to put Tarzan in front of Robin Hood. There we go. All right. Let's see, Fantasia 2000 in front of Tarzan. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Peter Pan, Jungle Book, almost, but we're going to have Jungle Book leap over Little Mermaid, and we're going to have exactly that, because Hunchback of Notre Dame, it just missed excellence. But we go up to the excellent. Ooh, this is going to, the one that ends up right here in this position, in my opinion, is the best Disney 2D animated film. All right, let's see which one is the one I want to watch least again. Oh, man, this is tough, dude. Got to put you there, Ichabod. Still excellent. I mean, you know, I'm highly recommending these. Let's see, let's put Mulan right here where Pinocchio is. I think Pinocchio's good there. Lady and the Tramp, you know what? I think you're good there too. Great Mouse Detective goes there. I would put Princess and the Frog right there. Aladdin in front of Winnie the Pooh. No, Aladdin behind Winnie the Pooh. Let's see. Lilo and Stitch behind Winnie the Pooh. You know what? Ta-da, there we go. I am absolutely okay with that because I can watch Emperor's New Groove every day, twice on Saturdays. So that's my best list. My best would be, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, right here, starting at Mulan. That's my top 10. Mulan, Pinocchio, Lady and the Tramp, Great Mouse Detective, Princess and the Frog, Aladdin, Lilo and Stitch, Winnie the Pooh, Beauty and the Beast, and Emperor's New Groove. And come down, what is the worst Disney film of all time? Well, let me just say I think that Black Cauldron would be in right here on the best. And we all know that Bust-a-Moo is considered the worst, but in all honesty, Teacher's Pet is far worse than even Home on the Range. So there you go, gang. That is my tier listing of all of the 2D animation Walt Disney movies. I know this took forever. God bless you if you managed to stay this long. I hope I described why I like them and the way I did there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What would you put higher? What would you put lower? What did I get exactly right? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't done it already, and go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the till and help us keep making videos for you. Or go on over to our store, the link's in the description below as well, and buy something from Amazon. And that'll help our channel as well. You get something, we get something, and the world is a happy place. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you.